By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly how you can make $10,000 profit a month with TikTok Shop without ever having any experience, any following, anything. This is how to come in as a complete beginner or somebody who's been trying to do TikTok Shop without the most success. This is how to consistently do $10,000 a month. So this is coming from somebody who did $450,000 profit. I did 6 figures in 1 month. That's just to give a little bit of credibility so you know I'm not just BSing and making stuff up. So first things first, what is TikTok Shop? Basically, you can work from anywhere in the world now, creating videos or going live talking about other people's products. When somebody buys from your video or live stream, you earn a commission. That's it. No fulfillment, no ads, no whatever, blah, blah, blah. Make content, get paid. Money from the cloud, falling from the sky. And all that it takes to do $10,000 profit a month is $333 a day. That's it. And I'm going to tell you exactly how to get to $333 a day with my strategy. So first and foremost, maybe you're already doing TikTok Shop, maybe you're not. This is going to help you to prevent the same mistakes of people who are trying to do TikTok Shop and completely failing. This is the TikTok Shop failure pipeline, what 99% of affiliates do. They order viral products, they recreate the top videos word for word, bar for bar, they make no money, and then they blame the product instead of their own content, and so they order more products and they're just on a hamster wheel. Eventually, when this isn't working out very well, they realize, maybe it's actually me. Maybe it's my content that sucks. So they start to overly entertain and not sell to try to get more views. And then they start getting more views, but they have no sales still, and they blame the algorithm. They're like, why is TikTok weird? I'm not getting paid. I'm not getting any sales. Meanwhile, it's their content. Then, due to the lack of sales, they try bottom of funnel content, which is basically just like spam behavior. It's not scalable. It's just like, buy this right now. And it's just not the way that you want to do TikTok. They start doing faceless content to try to just sell products. It doesn't work. And then eventually, because they can't sell anything and they can't scale, they're making like $20 a day. They're like, retainers. They see free money. They're capped out at a few $1,000s now because retainers are essentially you post one video a day for like 30 days and a company will pay you like $500 to do that. So they get as many as they can, but then once again, they're completely capped out. They're just choosing quick cash and marketing terrible products. It's a Band-Aid on a gunshot wound. It happened to me. I made a viral video. I made like $15,000 from a video talking about lion's mane. I had a bunch of people tell me, you're such a good creator. You're such a good creator. You should do this, brand deal, whatever, blah, blah, blah. I started it, realized this is stupid. It's not making me any money. And so I quit. I didn't even finish the retainer. I stopped like 7 videos in. It's done. All of this, by the way, they're always just focused on videos, not trying live streams. And even if they have tried live streams, they get 0 views. They don't know why. And then they just go back to videos and the hamster wheel continues of ordering products that suck, making content that isn't very good. You can't really sell. You try all these other things and you're just on a hamster wheel. They make like $20 to $50 a day maybe and have no idea why. Meanwhile, the proper strategy, you can make $100 an hour consistently and easily hit $10,000 a month. Once again, with ease. So how do you do this? This is the strategy that I use to make $10,000 a month. It's also the same strategy that I use to do $106,000 in a month. So it's going to be very easy for you to do the same thing. The pillar, the main thing that you want to just conquer is product research, testing one product at a time, not ordering a bunch of products, one product with a full test with live streams as your foundation so that you can get consistent income rather than having to rely on viral videos going viral and essentially gambling with lottery tickets and then feeling a bunch of worry, stress, fear, anxiety when you're not going viral and you're like, oh my gosh, I'm not going to make any money this month. Then from there, once you have that foundation, that's when you can add in viral videos. But I just want to be clear, you can hit $10,000 a month with just lives, and the viral videos can really scale you way past that. And for example, I've done $10,000 profit days back to back with just live streams alone. No video. So here's exactly how to do it. But first, this is why the strategy is so powerful. This is the most powerful tool on TikTok that nobody uses. It's this button right here, and I'm going to show you exactly why. So the way that this works is videos are basically top of funnel content. Live streams are bottom of funnel content. What this means is that whenever you go live and you pin a product, you're basically just retargeting people who have already seen the product or even added it to their cart who haven't made the purchase, and now you could just point to a button and tell them to buy it because it's on a little extra sale. So when you're doing videos, this is top of funnel because you're reaching millions and millions of people potentially, and then you're just retargeting them with your live streams. This button is super powerful because when you're in a video on somebody's, TikTok, you can go into their live if they are live. This button right here that's blinking red, that means that they're live. You can go into their live stream. So when I was printing viral videos with live streams on this high converting product, I'm going to tell you how to do all of this. That's how I made $106,000 in 1 month because I was making tens of thousands of dollars from the videos, tens of thousands of dollars from the lives, and now I'm capturing hundreds of thousands of extra viewers into my live streams who otherwise would have been completely gone. Now I have the opportunity to capture them within the context of a live stream where once again I could just point them to a cart and say buy. So this is my product research strategy on CaloData, which is a great software that I use for everything, videos, live streams, product research, everything. Find a live stream product, making somebody around $100 an hour profit every single time that they show up. By the way, it could be $50 an hour. It could be $25 an hour. You have to use discernment. The main thing is just there's little competition and they're inconsistent and they don't go live long. Why does this matter? It means that we have room to come in and take over. So here's an example of a product. I did some deep product research. I found this. It's kind of crazy that I'm even showing you this because the power with live streams is like, if you see all these criteria, you can reasonably come in and start making a bunch of money. So you could just literally order this product and start making a bunch of money. Here you go. So here's this guy, Strawberry, going live 4 hours at a time for his best ones. Surprise, surprise. And then the ones that aren't as good, he's going live like an hour to 2 hours-ish, which isn't very long. And I'll get to that in a little bit. But basically, if we calculate this dude's hourly, we can go to a calculator and calculate how much this guy is actually making. It was $5,000, I believe. Yeah, 5,000. This is a 15% commission. It's 10% commission, but there's a 5% live bonus. He's making 15%, but let's just call it 10% for the sake of, keeping things, I don't know, like he's doing more than this. But he's making $500 commission divided by 4 hours. He's doing $125 an hour. And his worst live, he's doing also like $100 an hour because this is like $98 over 42 minutes. And if you take a look at this, these are the products that he's doing. So he has, mostly it's this top one. We could take a look at a snippet.
So if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, let me know, guys.
So he's just moving around this storage bin and he's just talking about it, right? And so you could see he's going live consistently every single day, but he's not going live long, but every single time that he shows up, he's making a lot of money. So there's room where you can come in and take over because you can go longer hours, which is going to give you the viewership. And just so I can verify this with you, let's just go to this product and see that nobody else is going live for this product. It is literally just this dude who's making a bunch of money. And that's super rare, by the way, super rare. It's literally just this guy, and this person is, I don't even know if they're going live for it. This is like nothing. These are maybe people who went live for like 30 minutes. So this dude is crushing alone. He's going live every day. There's room to come in on this 100%. So go order it if you want. The company is Ray B Furniture. Go take a look. So anyways, once you pick a product that has those cues, once again, they're consistent, but they're not going live long, and they're making money every single time. And you could just take over by going live longer and more consistently. So Lives 101. What if all that you had to do is just pin a product and point to a button? Like I said, it's like a retargeting campaign where it just targets people who have already seen the product, or it's going to target people who have, for that example, the storage container, maybe they've interacted with content about other furniture, and so they're interested in furniture, and now they're looking into that, or kitchen products, and now they're looking into that. TikTok is going to do a good job of helping you to find the type of people who are likely to buy that product, and the more that you sell, the more data TikTok is going to have to find the right types of people, so it literally gets better over time. And this is how to sell. Urgency, scarcity, and social proof. Urgency means limited amount of time. Scarcity means limited amount of product. And social proof is something like, in this live I did over 100 sales, and I was like, see guys, already 100 people got it during this live. By the way, it was this live right here that I did $10,000 profit, and then the next day, same thing. But, and this was without the videos, but this is just to show how crazy it is. But anyways, yeah, so you could just basically say like, make sure that you get it right now because there's only 3 left in this sale, blah, blah, blah. That's when you set up live flash sales. Or if you don't have the live flash sales set up, which is something that you could do just by scaling, you could say like, I'm going to be ending the live in the next 10 minutes if you're ending it in the next 10 minutes or something like that. Or you could say I'm ending the live soon. Scarcity, you could say there's not many left. It's selling out fast, blah, 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 stuff like that. It's flying off the shelves. Social proof is, like I said, 100 people got it and so forth. The other part is just product features and FAQs, basically just talking about what the product is and answering the most common questions. You want to bake all of this into a consolidated script and keep it as short as possible while drilling the biggest points. So over time, as you do your script, you're going to find what works, eliminate the stuff that's not working, trim it out, and just put in the stuff that is converting super well so you can have like a 5-minute script that's just hitting home. The visual aspect is another thing. You want it to look good and aesthetic. I'll show you right here. The billboard is right here. You can put a little billboard that has product features or says like 20% off and stuff like that. And then scaling, like I said, get live flash sales with the company once you start making money. And then you can also increase the commissions. And we'll talk a little bit about this in a bit too. But like I said, with a great product, you can easily be at $10,000 a month with just live streams. For example, that dude, he's making like $150 an hour. All it would take is like 2.5 hours a day to make $10,000 a month. So simple. If you just come in on the product, you go longer than 2 hours like he is, you'll take over the viewership. So what happens is TikTok makes 7% off of every single sale that you make, and so they want you to win because they're making money. So as you start to do well, making money, you'll absorb some of his viewership, and then what happens a lot of the time is they will get discouraged because they're no longer making as much money, you know, as they were before, and then they look and they see you're going live 4 hours a day and he's only going live 2 hours a day. And he's like, well, I'm happy where I am and I can't really compete. I don't want to go live, you know, 4 hours a day. This guy's a dog, so I'm just going to quit. And then once he quits, you absorb all of the viewership and you completely take over. Then from there, you add in videos, and this is how you scale well beyond $10,000 a month. Or if you're not quite at that and your live product isn't like crazy good, this will help you to get to $10,000 a month pretty easily. So the viral framework is hook, body, CTA. The first couple seconds, you just want it to be intriguing or scroll stopping, give them a reason to keep watching. And then, you know, the body is just the rest of the video. We're basically just talking about pain points that you've been dealing with, the things that you tried that wasn't working until you eventually tried the product or tried the solution. You present it and you talk about what it's doing for you, how it fixed all those problems, and then all the extra stuff so it increases sort of the higher perceived value. There's a lot of different frameworks for how to create viral videos. You could just go into CaloData and watch the top stuff, and we're going to look at a couple videos in a second here, but that's more or less how you should think about it. Get people in the door, and then once people are in the door, you want to convert them by selling the product, and at the end, you just, you know, call to action. A huge part of the body is just like showing them proof that it works. You know, it worked for me and maybe it's working for this other person and the celebrity's using it or whatever. Then you just point to the, you know, pin. People, we're all sheep. We need to be told what to do. So just like, hey, buy it right now before it sells out and you'll be good. Once you go viral, or in order to go viral at first, you could just recreate top performing videos with your own spin, just applying the 80-20 rule. So copy the structure, not the personality. Don't be a digital blueprint of somebody else. You're created in God's image and likeness. So just be yourself. Be authentic. That's the superpower of TikTok Shop. Or you could just take winning elements of what's already working and then just apply it to what's already working for you. You already have a high converting product that you're drilling a script that you know converts. So you already know the main majority of what to say to make it sell, and you already have a really good product. So the videos should not be difficult. It's just a matter of taking winning hooks and applying them to your already high converting product if you already know the script. So that's why this is super, super easy. And you already know the customer so well because you've been talking to them for hours and hours and hours and hours a day. That's why I was able to go so viral with the cat litter box, because I knew everything that would make them tick. I knew how to use controversy well to get them to keep watching and to buy the product by selling the product features and what it does, you know, the savings and all this stuff extremely, extremely well. So it's going to be so easy to go viral once you know the consumer, once you know the product in and out. That's why I always say the best way to go viral is to go live. If you go live on a high converting product for a long period of time, it's going to be super easy to go viral. Plug and chug winning hooks onto it. You'll figure it out, and I'm going to show you, exactly how to do that. Once you go viral, you could just milk it. So here are some examples of this. This is a guy, Kyle's Health, and I saw these viral videos on his page quite a bit ago.
They're trying to cancel him right now for exposing dentists. Watch this next clip very carefully because you probably won't hear this anywhere else. They're trying to cancel Good Morning America because they just exposed a $300 billion industry. Watch this next clip very carefully because you probably won't see it anywhere else.
You can see it's the same exact video. He's going to go into the clip now of them talking about the Boom Boom Stick. Then he's going to talk about, the product features on it as well.
Nothing else. It's small enough.
He's going to talk about what it does and then get to the Boom Boom Stick. And then the same thing for this.
They're trying to...
Except he's talking about remineralizing chewing gum. So what did I do? For mine, I recreated the same exact thing in a slightly different way. They're trying to cancel this guy for exposing a $700 million industry. Listen closely to what he has to say because you might not find this anywhere else. So it's like, you might not find this anywhere else. It's like controversy. And then when people feel like information is being withheld from them, they want to hear it. So that's a huge thing. But yeah, I just recreated that same hook. Used this clip of this Penguins dude talking about a dangerous litter box. And then the funnel is like talking about a dangerous litter box, why it's bad, how this guy recommends using a safe one instead, and how I have the same safe litter box that he uses, talking about the product features, and then just selling the living crap out of the product, and it did extremely well. And once I made this video, guess what I did next? By the way, this video is very different. It's not using the same hook, but it's targeting that same angle in a different way. Do not get a self-cleaning litter box unless you know that it is safe. So the problem, the controversy, was dangerous litter boxes on the market. And so I said, don't buy a cat litter box or automatic litter box unless you know that it's safe. So I'm setting up like, hey, there's dangerous litter boxes. You need to be aware of this problem, but you shouldn't get a dangerous one. You know, this is what to look out for, why they're dangerous, and this is what you should get instead. And then I present the solution. So you can see how you could take like 95% of the same video and just repackage it in, you know, a different way. And by the way, like I said before about, you know, the best way to go viral is to go live. I knew everything about the product, so this is another thing that I did. Do not buy a litter robot. It is a giant scam. So don't get an automatic litter box, you know, it's unsafe. Now I'm talking about a competitor, the most popular one. I'm saying don't get this big competitor, it's a scam. And I'm talking about why that one sucks and why this one that I'm selling is good. Here's a super controversial one that converted like crazy, and you're gonna be surprised. I left my cats at home for an entire week and I don't feel bad about it. So much controversy, and all the comments are like, I hate this dude, you're the worst person ever, how could you possibly do that, blah, blah, blah. It's just basically like, I left my cats at home for a week and I don't feel bad, and I'm talking about how great this automatic litter box is and how it takes care of my cats for me. And it converted like crazy, even though people are like, a lot of people are like, I don't like this guy. I'm obviously not gonna do that because I care about my cats and this dude's a piece of crap, but he still sold me on the product, so I'm gonna buy it anyways. So it's so easy to go viral once you go live. By the way, because TikTok has so much good data about the types of people who are buying from your account, so they're way more likely and better at sending it out to that type of traffic that's going to at least be interested in it and hopefully buy the product as well. So hopefully you understand how it's so easy to go viral once you go viral. And by the way, now you're making tens of thousands of dollars, or at minimum thousands of dollars if you can sell decently well. Of course, there's some videos that literally don't convert because they're just over entertaining and not selling the product whatsoever. And that'll be maybe a video for another day. So leave a comment if you want a better idea of how to sell really well with videos. But these are making tens of thousands of dollars from you alone. And now you're capturing all of this viewership into your live streams. This is why the strategy is genuinely so powerful. So now if you weren't at 10K already, you're easily at $10,000 a month. Once again, if you can find a product that's even making $50 an hour, which is so easy if you know how to do product research, you could go live for 6 hours a day and still be at $10,000 a month. And that's less than 8 hours a day, still better, and you're working from home, and you can add in videos, which once you start adding in videos, like, oh my gosh, it really just starts to get crazy, and you could really scale from there. But it's so easy to hit $10,000 a month with this strategy. The whole point of this strategy is you don't have to be on this hamster wheel where you're ordering viral products that are super saturated and then trying to come up with new angles to try to make a bunch of money. And like, you're just putting yourself at a disadvantage this way. This way, when all the you know, all the value really comes from the upfront time cost, basically sharpening the axe of finding a really good product. You're relying more on the product and the strategy instead of yourself being this incredible creator. So it's actually lowering the barrier of entry for anybody to hit a 6-figure month. You can actually, this lowers the barrier of anybody to hit a 10K month, but also a 6-figure month, because if you're just banking on a super good product and you know how to apply the strategy well, you're just taking what's working from other people and then milking it once it's working for you. Yeah, it's a crazy strategy, and I can't believe nobody else is utilizing this on TikTok. And you can scale from there. Negotiations is so important. Rather than, you know, the retainer hamster wheel of trying to get retainers and selling products that absolutely suck and being capped out at a couple $1,000s a month because they're terrible products, instead of scaling horizontally, you scale vertically. Find a good product, start with live streams as a strong foundation, incorporate videos, you'll start crushing. Then from there, you want to incorporate the live flash sales, which looks like this. So for the viewer, they'll see, oh my gosh, there's only 3 left, and there's only 3 minutes left, and it's half the price. So you want to find a good product too that, you know, more often than not has a strong compare at price. That's another huge thing when it comes to product research. If it's always on a sale, that's super helpful. But yeah, the live flash sales definitely help a lot with that. You can also increase your commissions. For the litter box, for example, it was a $600 product that was always half off, so it's $300. And my commission I got from 10% to 23%. I saw that somebody was making $100 an hour for the litter box, going live a couple hours a day, maybe 3 days a week. And I was like, okay, if I order this product, it's going to be unreasonable to think that I wouldn't do well on it. So I came in, started crushing, went live like 4+ hours every single day, absorbed the viewership. That dude quit. Now I have all the viewership. I have like 500+ people on my live every single time that I go live at any given moment who I could just point to a cart and convert. And then since I was going live more and more and making videos more and more, I'm literally like 80-90% of the revenue of this company. And now I have unbelievable negotiating power and leverage so that I could get to that 23%. And they were giving me so much margin that they could not give over 15% to anybody else. So I was making like $65 a sale or something on this product every single time that I made a sale. So I could get 1 sale an hour and make $65. Mwah! It's beautiful. It's beautiful. But yeah, increased commissions, so crazy. Can you double your hourly rate at your job right now? Probably not. Can you triple it? Definitely not. You might get a little bonus here and there to try to keep you in your job, but the beautiful thing about TikTok is they need you. Brands need creators because they're fully reliant on the creator to make them a bunch of money. So you could really, get crazy commissions just by doubling it overnight. Then you get bonuses as well, retainers, basically like pay me to not leave. That's essentially what this becomes. It's like, hey, I'm getting all these opportunities from other brands who want me to work for them because I'm making you so much money and they recognize it and I have, these opportunities here. So will you pay me, $2,000 extra for me to just go live every single day this month? And they'll pay you for what you're already doing and probably already plan on doing too. Super strong. These are your essentials for success. The first thing is actually take action on the stuff that I taught you. I just gave you the easiest, best strategy on all of TikTok Shop. I'm very confident to make $10,000 a month very, very easily and potentially even up to six figures once you're going, month after month after month after month, and you really cultivate all of the necessary skill sets over time. It does take time. It's a process. Get to that in a second. But even though you just got all of that, if you don't take action, nothing is going to happen. So you have to be the type of person who takes action. Very few people are. So once you just take that first step, you have to be consistent. You can't put in terrible inputs and expect good results. You have to be urgent. You want to change your life. You have to put in the action to do it. All actions that are not going towards that goal are ultimately a waste. Now, I'm not telling you that you should work 16 hours a day and not have a life. Yeah, it's nice, go outside, go on walks, but like going to the club and doing all these things, not worth it at all. Like, set yourself up. If you want to build a family, you got to get right now. So many people come to me asking for help and they're like, yeah, I was just coasting with my job for, a decade. Now I have a son on the way and I realize I have to make more money. So instead of just like things happening to you, take action now so that you prevent these future situations from coming, so that you can make sure that your future wife never has to work a day in her life, so that she's never stressed out and your kids are taken care of and you can leave an inheritance for your children's children, as it says in the Bible. But anyways, humility is a huge part too. You're not going to be good at this starting out right away. That's just how it is. So get feedback, look at what's not working so that you could see what you should do to get it to work. So the fastest way to learn is just to fail. The only reason I am where I am right now is because I decided I'm going to fail as fast as possible. This is the only way to learn. Great inputs. This is the equation for success. Great inputs every single day over time. If you, give yourself a long enough period of time, you will succeed. Genuinely, the only way to fail is to quit. That's it. It's that simple. Also, this is massive. Have a bigger reason than yourself. Yes, quit the 9-to-5, achieve time and location freedom for yourself. Like all these things, they're great. And that's enough for some people. But think about building a family. Being a man who your kids can look up to and think about as, their hero. Be a blessing to other people. Honor God with what you do. Be diligent. Be prudent. Put in effort. Show up even when it's hard. Inspire other people. Help other people. If you're doing it only for yourself, you will get complacent and rely on feelings, not discipline. If you're only thinking about yourself, you might wake up one morning and be like, yeah, I'm making enough money for me right now, so it is what it is, and you don't work. It's never going to work out. I don't say this to boast. I have literally been working like nonstop for the past 2.5 years because I'm thinking way bigger than just myself. Like, I want to do everything that I do for the glory of God, advance the kingdom of God. Like, I have very big things and I just want to build a family and I want to, I want to help people. I want to help people. So if you don't have that drive, you're just going to stay exactly where you are. So here are your actionables of things to do. 1, get your TikTok Shop account. You need 5,000 followers to be eligible for the program. Just buy an account. I'm just going to be real. Like, you have to spend money to make money. That's just how it is. That's just how it is. Like, you could try to grow it yourself, but it's going to take months and months, and speed is everything in business. Just buy an account. You can find a good product and start making money instantly. It's a waste of your time to do anything else. Like, the only way to get to where you want to be is to have urgency and speed and just do it. Just do it. Worst case scenario, it doesn't work out and you lose $300, which you're probably already spending on coffee and alcohol. You know what I mean? Just like spend it. It's worth it. It made me $450,000 from a $300 investment. Just do it. Step number 2, find good products and order them. Get multiple products so that in case you do a full test for your first one and it doesn't work out, you have a backup ready to go. You don't want to be in a position where you do a full test and then you're like, oh, it's not working, and you look for a product again. It could take a couple days and you order it, and then it could take 5 days and then you get it, and it's just a mess. So get backups. Always have products on hand as backups for these tests. This is how I test it as well. Optimal. 4 hours live every single day, 1 live stream, plus 3 to 5 videos daily. Also, make sure that you post right before you go live, because then you'll get a little bit of additional viewership for your live stream as well. It's a little small tip, and if you can capture those sales, TikTok is going to recognize that you're making a good amount of money, and then they'll be more likely to send you the viewership. So just consider that. But yeah, I noticed a way bigger increase in my viewership once I started doing 1 4-hour live rather than 2 2-hour lives. If you have to do 2 2-hour lives, do it. Go live as much as possible, by all means. But yeah, this is what I would recommend. This is optimal. Minimum of 2 hours live daily. Do 1 2-hour live, and then 1 video daily, just to build the skill set of videos, to capture some additional viewership and hopefully get more sales for your live streams so that you can get increased viewership. But this is really just a long-term play to make sure that, you know, you're getting better at videos, so that once you start doing well with live streams, you already have a little bit of a skill set under your belt so that you can really start to go viral. But me, everybody wants the 100, or everybody sees the, you know, 6-figure a month, but they don't want to do what it takes. I was talking about a cat litter box inside all day for like 7 months. I was doing like 6 to 8, especially in November when I did the 6-figure month. It was like 6 to 8 hours daily and 5 videos every single day. The whole day I was talking about a cat litter box. Didn't see the sun, didn't do anything else, hang out with friends, like nothing. No fun, talk about a litter box, and numbers on a screen increasing. I wasn't changing anything about my life. I was making hundreds of thousands of dollars, and nothing was changing because I was setting myself up for how I'm living right now by the grace of God. Step number 4, once you hit milk, follow the favor. If you're doing well with live streams, oh, what do I do? I'm making money. So do I start, like, you know, finding other products and making videos? No, go live longer. You know, I'm going to tell you something shocking. Ready? If you go live 2 times longer, you'll make 2 times as much. Just go live longer. Also, for videos, if you go viral, you must go live to capture all that additional viewership. So many people are missing out on so much commission, like all these video creators who are going viral, genuinely missing out on like a minimum of 50% growth per month for their commissions. Same thing with lives. People who aren't adding in videos, genuinely so dumb. But also post more viral videos. If you're going viral, milk it. Use the same hooks, change a little bit about the script, or just retarget the same angle with a slightly different hook, just repackaged in a different way. Use your high converting script. You have been selling a product on live streams for a while now. You know the script that works. So all you have to really think about is like the first couple seconds, and the rest of the video is more or less exactly the same. For months and months and months, when I was talking about this litter box, the whole, like 95% of the video was always the same. Always the same. Except, you know, sometimes you have to talk about things that are, you know, congruent with your hook. So just make sure that it's not like hook and then you're talking about something completely different. So just make sure it's a synchronous transition. But yes, please go take action on what I taught you. Start now or you never will. Trust me, I see it all the time. There's circumstances in your life will never be perfect. It's homework today. It's doing a favor for mom tomorrow. It's your, hopefully not, but girlfriend breaking up with you a week from now. It's like I hope that doesn't happen. But there's always going to be something. Start now. Be consistent, and eventually you will hit. TikTok Shop is a process. It takes patience and problem solving, and most people quit the second that they face adversity. It's just how it is. It took me 3 months to find the litter box, and then I made $350,000 just from that litter box. But I was live all day, like for the majority of the day, for months, testing dozens of products to get there. So unless you're willing to go live all day and have crazy level of urgency and discipline, it could take you longer to find a really good product like that. But if you just want the best results possible as soon as possible, this is what I would recommend. The fast way, no matter what you're doing, but specifically for TikTok Shop, or if you're trying to make a lot of money, the fastest way to get to where you want to go is by cheating time and just buying the information somebody has learned over a long period of time, doing the thing that you want to do. That's why Luke's dad, Luke is my business partner, by the way, his first month he made almost $10,000 because we just gave him a product. We taught him our systems. He just started going live, made almost $10,000 a month. So he could jump past everybody else who's been trying on TikTok for months and months and months, and he never even had TikTok to begin with. He just showed up, pinned a product, went live on a product that we gave him, and made almost $10,000. By the way, it's the same reason why I did a 6-figure month. You want to know why? Because even though I was making hundreds of dollars an hour, I still hired a consultant for $3,000 to give me directional advice, somebody who was further along with TikTok Shop than I was, and he could just tell me what to do in a certain instance. I was doing really well with lives. I was like, what should I do? He said, go live longer. I was like, duh, common sense. Okay, I'll go live longer. I'll make more sacrifice. I'll make it happen. Start printing. Then I started adding videos, and I did a 6-figure month. No matter where you are, there's always somebody above you who has the information that you want, and rather than trying for, you know, a super long time making millions of mistakes, they could just prevent you from making those mistakes by putting the bumpers around you and making sure that you're on the right track with all the right information that made them successful after they tried for months and months and failed until they could eventually learn that. Skip the process just by learning from people who can help you. Like I said before, most people quit the second they face adversity, and even people having some success never grow. They aren't surrounded with people who are winning, so all they're surrounded by is doubt, and they don't learn from people who are way ahead of them. It's genuinely one of the dumbest things that you could do. So many people try to do this. They want everything for free. They want the quick and easy solution. They try, they face adversity, and then they quit. That's literally like 95% of people. And then so many people on TikTok Shop are just staying exactly the same because they don't want mentorship. So if you want to expedite your results and you understand this very, very simple principle, there are $1 million rooms that I want to get into, people who are making $1 million days. So I'm going to keep building businesses and making a bunch of money, helping other people to make a bunch of money so that I can make more, so that I can get into those rooms that help me to make $1 million days, so that I could really impact as many people's lives as possible through business. Anyways, I have a personal mentorship with 10 slots. Hopefully that makes sense. I teach product research and I personally approve your products. So this is why my students have a way better, success rate than anybody else, because I'm literally giving you my products. I also give you my full strategy that made me $450,000 profit from videos and lives. I do one-on-one calls. It's personal mentorship, and my DMs are open daily, helping you with whatever you need. You never have to wonder about what to do, have any questions, struggle with doubt. I'm there to encourage you and uplift you, to empower you to do more, to call you higher, to help you whenever you're in a low point. If something isn't working out, and giving you all the advice that you need, I'm with you every single step of the way. So another thing too is that I can help you scale by negotiating with these companies, because I already have like a good reputation. I already have like the results that I can go to with these brands and say, hey, this is my student, they're already doing this much, and I'm gonna help them here and here, so can you give them this, blah, blah, blah. And I can help you negotiate and make a lot more money. Plus I just became an agency, and there's a decent chance, depending on your product, that I can get increased commission from the jump. So you could get like 5% more than anybody else on TikTok Shop as soon as you start out, because I can already build a relationship with the company before you even start. So that's another huge thing that you can get when you work with me. But like I said, there's only 10 slots left. I'm keeping this very, very tight for now. I'm working with young, ambitious people who understand how crazy the opportunity is with TikTok Shop and genuinely want to change their lives forever, who are willing to take accountability, work hard, and put in the hours. I want to work with beasts who are sick of the unfulfilling life, who feel called higher, and who want to build. So if that sounds good to you, you can click the link in my description or bio and hear more details. And if you want to join, apply and book a call with me. You'll also be working with Luke. He did everything with me. So yeah, if that's of interest to you, go do that. See if you are interested, apply, and hopefully we can make a bunch of money together, make it tens of thousands of dollars, quit that 9-to-5 over time, and ultimately do whatever you want with your time for the rest of your life. Build a family, just build stuff, be a man, provide. Like, where are the men who want to provide? Anyways, hope you enjoyed the video. Hope that helps, or just go run and figure it out yourself. But if you want to work with me, reach out. Peace.